Hi everybody, Bobcat here in the Artline Turbo Doge van. I am on my way home from picking up some posters today that were from the original WHFS radio station, which was homegrown radio, playing a lot of folk music and local music, and it was from the 60s and 70s in the DC area music scene. And the posters that I picked up are original artwork. This isn't like mass-produced commercial stuff. These are original paintings, drawings, illustrations, airbrush, screen printing, original work for this radio station that no longer exists, and that my dad salvaged when that station closed and was in the back of his closet for decades. And I found when we cleaned out his house. And there was, after I found them, I found this group making a documentary about these posters, or about the radio station, and thought these posters would be a fantastic primary source for them. This is not, I don't think they have any monetary value whatsoever. I don't really care. This is more about the history, the artifacts, and the preservation of that than about whatever money I could get for them, to take care of my dad or for me, whatever. And they're interesting pieces of art. Like, as products of the 60s and 70s, you can really see that in their aesthetic. But yeah, I found out about this documentary and dropped these posters off to the crew making it, and maybe the documentary will come out next year, but due to villainy and the pandemic and everything else, they weren't able to get them scanned in any format that they could use. So I wanted to protect them, and I did want to get one of them back to my dad, but I wanted to protect them and keep them safe, so I'm taking them back, and I'm going to use my DSLR camera and some good lighting and get as big high-resolution photos of these posters as I possibly can. Maybe I'll put them on a thumb drive and drop it back off, mail it to them, who knows. These are going to be big old image files so that they can use it in this documentary, and also so that someone else can have a copy of these images, which are very important to the local broadcast scene. For me, again, it's not just the value of these artifacts and the original art. There's also a cookbook cover that the radio station people made, the cookbook that they put together, that uses a style of layout and printing that no one really does anymore. And that, thank you, thanks buddy, and that as a historical process is interesting to me. There's no Photoshop back then. They had to cut it and paste it, lay it out, copy it, all that by hand. And this cookbook cover is just really interesting for me as part of that. But also, on a really deeply personal note, this is a part of my family's history. My dad, who is now in an assisted living facility, ran on the engineering side a radio station, a local radio station, and he was there for like 30 odd years, and he helped convert this major broadcast radio station from analog to digital, and then even helped on the production side, helped open up satellite radio. He helped get XM off the ground, so to speak. So he's had his hands in shaping major metropolitan market broadcast and music and media, the evolution of it, the production side of it. So if you're in the Washington, D.C. area and you listen to news on the radio anytime in the last 40 years, you probably heard my dad's hands in your ears, so to speak. So these, as part of that, these posters are part of my family history, what little we've got. So I wanted to preserve them and put them, I wanted to preserve them and show the world, and maybe they will be in a museum someday. I would love it if there was an actual place for these as part of the history of this area, the production of the media production of this area. So anyway, that's what I'm up to today. Hopefully you are safe and well fed wherever you are. I wish you mucho, God damn it. I wish you mucho amor. I am still waiting for my vaccine appointment for this COVID pandemic vaccine. I prefer, even if it took 2 shots, it made me feel a little lousy for a couple of days. I would prefer to get the most effective vaccine, but at this point, screw it, I'll take whatever I can get. And so we can get back on with building a better world. Anyway, peace and good luck out there. See you soon.